rocks today from my first rockhound of 2025. I'm going to go through those. These are the ones I used to make that video. These three. Kelvin, hello. Nice to see you. It's strange. I see you in the chat. Okay, there it is. It takes a minute for it to catch up. I'm just gonna wait a minute. I got a moderator coming, and when they get here, I'll greetings and blessings to you too. Hey, Leah. Nice to see you. I'm going to be showing rocks today from the video I posted of me in the creek looking for these stones. Hello, big movie fan. Leah, Bibbs. Thank you for coming, y'all. I'm going to get started on these rocks. When I get started on them, I'll lose track and don't look at my chat. I'm not used to the chat being on. I'm used to speaking, but I forget that it's on chat, and I don't look. So y'all excuse me if I'm not looking. Okay, I'm gonna get started. I don't have anything in any order. I'm just gonna pick them up as I go through. You can see the movement of the agate inside of this stone. That would be this here. I've got to remember my camera does not like two hands. I've been watching other videos and seeing that instead of trying to adjust, I think this is called a jasp agate, because I believe that the rock part is jasper and then the agate is in the flow lines and the fortification lines. It surprises me very much to find these. I understand. Yeah, big. I do understand that. And no, I try my best not to judge, especially since I'm learning. I have learned, hey, lovely, it's good to see you. I have learned to not judge, because a lot of things I don't understand. So it would be foolish of me to judge anybody. I'm just not that kind of person. I usually give everybody the benefit of the doubt until proven wrong. But in my creek, this is very special. The way this line moves here, that's agatized. And then I believe, I've been trying to research it. I believe this would be called a jasper agate. And they say jasp agate. Let me get my stuff set up here. I'm not going to go in any order, because I'm just reaching where I had them cleaning. My light is bright and it's daylight. I love these here. I'm unsure what these are now. I have done some research on them, and I'm just not sure enough anymore to even comment of what they are. They're beautiful. I have worked them with the wheels. I've carved them. They make beautiful stones when you carve. Those lines you see inside are called water lines. It's a beautiful stone. And in the dark, it really shines differently than other stones. See how beautiful that can be? And you can really see the lines better. I'm going to try to start doing more lives. I'm actually going to get me a Wi-Fi set up to where I can go in and be able to go live from the creek. I'm going to save these to the end because I want to have some stuff to do for my show. You see, I have a saw to cut these. And that's why you'll see me collect things like this, because of the stuff that I can see inside. See the lines and all the movement. You can see the quartz crystal running through the middle. I'm not sure the whole thing. Well, from what I've been discovering, I've really tried to research some things. And if you want to irritate yourself, try to find out what a rock is. I'm not sure if this one even, yeah, it glows a little bit, but not like the ones before. And I'm not going to be able to turn that light off every time. There you go. So you can see the structures inside of it now with the light going. I've just, after researching these things, I have found out so much. I was told this is petrified agatized wood. You can see the agate running in it and the fortification lines. And all the different structures that are created. And when this is cut and polished, it is truly unbelievable. I have some I've already cut, and it's like glass. But you can see the lines flowing, and you can see the grain. Okay. I wouldn't normally keep this. I just want to cut it to see what's inside. It's so heavy, and it has structure inside of it. You can see fortification lines here. And I learned a valuable lesson about cleaning rocks. I did not follow the rules. Hey, Fallen, good to see you too. Europe. Oh, it's I'm not sure what time it is now on my phone. It's so weird how addicted we have become to our phones. If it's being used and we can't look, we don't know what time it is anymore. But there's worse things in life. You can see here, this is unknown. I think this is also called a jasp agate because you can see the agatized parts of it running through the stone. And understand these are not the finished products. This is what I found. You can see the agate running through here, all through this. And what I was told is this is petrified wood that's just really ancient. But then I was watching another YouTuber last night. That's agate. And here, let me take that other hand out. Trying to figure this focus out. That's one of the reasons I'm doing these this way. Is because I want to start showing my opals and cutting my opals. And until I figure this camera out and how to work this where it will focus for me and not on my... The best part about it, Fallen, is I just started doing this. So I don't know a lot. I've got some great YouTubers that I've been watching for the last few months. But I mean, you can look back at my stuff. I had a YouTube channel, but we watched on television. I had no idea that there was a whole community of people on here actually speaking to one another, and you know how it is on YouTube. And it took me forever just to make a comment. And somebody told me that I couldn't do it. Said, you'll never be, you could never do that. And I knew I could. And you know how it is if somebody challenges you and you don't have a lot to do. So here you go, I'm doing it. Got a lot of great people that are following me and giving me support. And I truly, you know how good that is when you have support from the people that you watch. See, this is another stone with an agate running through it. And of course, my video is just blur. I'm just going to push forward. I know I posted that video the other day where I was in the creek. The reason I called it live is because I'm actually live. I just turn on my camera and go. I don't do any editing. Hey, T-Bird. I don't do any editing, Willow, or anything like that. So it's as close as live as then being on there right that second doing it like this. Because a lot of times you got a lot of people that are saying live, and that just means they're in chat. Well, the video's not live. The chat is. And I couldn't imagine it not being live. But anyway, the beauty in this is going to come when it's sliced. and you'll have slices of it, and the pieces will have designs and things in it made out of this. See the lines that are running through this? Those are called water lines. And like I said, I'm still learning. I know this one will light up. You can see that it's daylight because I got a big bay window and the light comes in. This just really helps to see inside the stone because it's such a there's such a skin on it from being in that creek for so long, because it's an artesian well and it builds up like a it's either a calcium, not what it be, lime, either lime, but some kind of deposit that's coming from that artesian well. I believe it's catching this water. Okay. See, this one is going to be completely different when I take this whole skin off. You can see the fortification lines going all the way around it. And you can see the red that's inside of it. And I mean, it is just a beautiful thing when you fix it. You see that red in there? And the thicker the skin, the more it hides. And like I said, I'm new. I've only been doing this a few months. I really enjoy it. I had no idea that we had things like this in Alabama. It's hard to see white on white, but there is lines going through this rock. And then hopefully that's going deep. Not sure, but this glows too. I'm not going to do it, but it glows. You can see where this was busted up into pieces. And then the chalcedony leaks through the ground and connects it all back together, because this is flat. It doesn't look flat, but it is. And the designs in it are really magnificent. I just think the natural beauty of the rock itself. I was doing really good with this the other day. You can see the movement in the rock where the old break was. And then the clear stuff is called a chalcedony. And it is a quartz. They said that it's like quartz, except it's a finer grain that you would have to use a magnifying glass to see. And when you cut this, you end up with a piece that has all those, the skin will be gone. So these these colors here would be gone, but all this structure comes through. I gotta work on my lighting too. But I'm gonna do one step at a time. I'm gonna quit rushing myself. I have been, howdy, old timer, RG. Good to see you. I figured you was heading out already. I gotta get me some time in here. Oh, okay, so you did. All right. Well, maybe I could be a part of that reschedule. I was reading about those spots that you can see here. They are called Olite. You can see the agate there. And see, that looks like it's flat, smooth. It's a really big, heavy stone. I guess I did show that. This could even be granite, from what I read. It is particles and pieces of sand and different life organisms that turn into these little round specks here. And then these are just pieces of wood or anything else that would happen to be in the river. And then this here is just chalcedony that has brought it all together. Hey, camping. Good to see you. Really good to see you. I'm going to be here a while today. So you can tell this is an agate on top. But like I said, I have read so much, I confused myself. White on white is hard, but you can see this middle section. It's like a quartz crystal. Because then you got the fortification lines here and running on the top. And that would be the host rock that it formed in, the gray. But the true beauty of these are going to come when they're sliced. You can even see round structures in this one. It's just hard for it to even focus on white. So if this is new to anybody, realize this is new to me as well. I had already started looking for rocks. I had no intentions of ever doing YouTube until somebody said that I couldn't do it. And yes, I'm one of those people. You should never tell me what I can't do because I'm going to do it. Be it good or bad. Here we go. I was told this is petrified wood. You can see the round structures here. Like this is a part of a limb. And then it has the agate that is formed inside of it. So I don't know if this would be considered a agatized petrified wood or a jasp agate. I am just completely unsure. But I do know it's a rock. Definitely a rock. This is the same. That's inside the rock. I just kept this because of the fortification lines, the agate. It was one big piece, and of course I broke it. Millions of years in a creek, I get it and break it. Well, it ain't that new to you, RG. I used to run you when you was a little boy and make you go look for rocks and shells. So it's not completely new to you. Get me a few out here. This one I really like. This has become one of my favorites. That is pretty. And see, this can be polished to a beautiful, beautiful stone. I bought the equipment and I'll be doing that soon on live video. That's why I'm here doing this now, is trying to learn how to manipulate the things that I want to. And to learn how to do my lighting, not freeze up. I don't have a problem running my mouth, so that's not going to be an issue. Thank you, food, fruits, and drinks. I appreciate you. You can see where this was a big rock, which would be the gray part. And over time, the rock itself wore away. But the agate inside of it didn't. The chalcedony. That's why you see the lines. I was having a discussion with somebody today. A friend of mine in Australia runs a live Dr. Phil, and there was somebody in there describing how they said they thought they seen a skeleton inside their rock. And I was telling them that you can be fused by these lines here. Humans have a way of making up pictures out of things, like when we see shapes in the clouds and it's not there, but we can see it. They actually have a name for it. I forgot what it's called. Okay, that's enough of that one. Here again, I was told this was petrified wood, agatized petrified wood. After watching some YouTube yesterday, I'm unsure. So it's going to be a rock with chalcedony running in it until I can really figure out what I have. It's really heavy, extremely. And it is a beautiful rock. If I can get my camera to focus in, there it goes. It's just something about the age of it and the time that it's been here that amazes me. How things change. A lot of times I'll do things like this because I'm going to make a video when I'm done. But these are all from the other day. I don't have anything that I'm going to show today that's not from the creek that I found the other day when I was out, when I did that one I called live. But you can see how beautiful that is, and it's just smooth. That's a waterline agate. I did see that. That's the one I did the video with. It's just a beautiful rock. And when all this outside is cleaned, you will be able to see directly through this. See the crystals in it? Okay. This is another one that I did that video with. It's a nice size rock. And one of the way you know when you have something is it's smooth. This is just a couple of ways, my ways. And I've heard other people say it that know a lot more about it than me. That's the weight. I sure do better keeping this in better than I do. That just amazes me. The way the light can come through it. A lot of people think I have a red light on, but you can see this is white light. It's not red. I do have red. See, I have red, but it washes it out. It makes it look different. So when I'm doing my videos, most of the time I stay on white light. That didn't work. It looks like the sun. That changed it. My camera seems to have a mind of its own. Again, we go into structure because I have trained on cutting and polishing rocks. So I know that what's inside this rock is going to be completely different than what we are seeing. And you can see how you can see through these, because that's the chalcedony inside the jasp agate or agate. I'm not sure what I've got anymore. I confused myself yesterday by reading. One person will say one thing, and then I'll think I have it, and then I'll get another one from somebody else, and I don't have it. I'm sorry if I'm not seeing the chat. I'm so used to doing this and making videos without chat that I forget. Thank you, because I needed to make sure I have something I need to talk to you about gaming, about YouTube. I am sure hoping so. I'm not really, I haven't really set any goals. My intentions were to enjoy myself. And then I really have been enjoying myself. And then I let some bad things happen. And I know it takes two, so I'm not going to blame anybody for anything. I'm not even going to speak the name. But I had to learn a very valuable lesson. Hopefully I will not have to, well, I'll always learn lessons. This is a nice size rock. And again, I'm not after the whole rock. What you want is what happens. You can see how big that rock is. It's big as my hand. And this one shines very beautiful. I hope. Yeah, it does. Look at that. And now that we have it lit up, it's a great piece to look at, and you could polish it and really make a beautiful stone from it. But you're going to be limited. This here, no, that is a healed fracture. So none of those, this is better than I thought. You can see that it's coming out the ends there. That's why I kept it. That's what it looks like inside. See, when you see the rock, you see this. And this just happened to be broken. And that's what it looks like inside. The structure. And then that is just smooth, like glass. And see, this is my first time seeing it like this too. So sometimes I get a little bit distracted. Like I like that. You can't, it seems like you could feel it, but you can't. They look like little bubbles. And these are fortification lines where it agatized and healed this rock. And you can see the difference between what it looks like outside of the rock and what it looks like inside of the rock. Really want to get a good picture of that. I'll move on. I wish I could get that glare out of it. See, that's what I'm working on. I want to get this out. This glare, it's from my light, but I have got to learn how to position my light to where I still have light, but not those huge pieces of glare. And see, there it is. Boom. So it's not about where my light is, it's the position of my light. And that's what I'm learning. I just like that. That it looks like it has layers and it's flat. Okay. There's a lot of iron in this creek. The iron is coming out of the ground. There's so much of it. And that's why you'll see these stains like this. That's from iron. And again, this is white on white, but you can see the fortification lines and all the agatized different crossings here. That's like a tube. And it's gonna, I mean, a lot of these people here have been on here for so, I mean, just not on here. They've just been learning and actually going to college and getting degrees in rocks. Well, I hadn't done that. My education has come from YouTube. And you know how confusing that can be. But I've got some good people that I listen to, and I try to pay close attention. And sometimes I get more confused than I do with it actually helping me. And again, this one will show through. You don't even have to turn the light off for that. But you can see all the different kinds of structures and things that are going through that. And the top, this top here is clear, like glass. That's why it lights up so strongly like that. I really like these. I have worked this before and give it to my mother. They make a beautiful round crystal. And the one that I give her actually has it's opalized. It has color flashing in it. I've got some really pretty pieces in here that are like that. And again, that one really will shine up and really pretty. When they're really good, you don't have to turn off the light. I wouldn't say really good, because to me, when I'm looking in the camera, that looks white. But when I'm looking around the camera, it's glowing bright orange, like that. But I lose my focus. I appreciate y'all being here. Hey, beauty, glad to see you. I hope you're well. I think about you all the time. For some reason, you remind me of one of my aunts. And I think about you. I like the idea that you have clients that you go and work with. If y'all hadn't been to Beauty's channel, please check that out. She has a great channel. And I'm sorry if I'm missing some people. Greetings, Trending TV. I've seen you before. So many people on YouTube. You can really see that this was a piece of wood by the way the grain is running. See how it's rounded? It's just an old piece of wood that's turned to stone. And there's an agate in it. Let me set it down. Make sure I can get that. There it is, right there. I've always had a fascination with rocks. I just did not know what I was looking at. And if I'd find something really nice, If anybody asked me if they could have it, I would always give it away. Hello, Star Mix. Good to see you. I'm sorry I'm not paying attention to my chat more. I have not seen these rocks like this myself, and I get fascinated, and I don't look down. I'm not used to this. I'm learning, and it'll be different as we go. You're going to be, everybody, I hope you'll get to come back and see what these look like when they're polished and cut. Because you wouldn't believe how ugly a diamond is when you find it. It looks like a piece of salt. I like the way these lines work down through there. So I think I might just wet my whole towel before I start, because that seems to be really working well now that it's all wet. And again, you can see where this rock could actually be completely different color on the inside. It is covered with that layer from the creek. All the rocks down there mostly are white from the mineral collecting from that artesian well. Looks like a river on a map. And if you look inside of this, you can see the little spots where the crystals grew. See, that's an agate right there. This one's going to be really nice when it's cut. It's going to have a lot of color in it. It's hard to see because of the skin on it. Not sure. Yep, it'll shine through. See the different the lines. See all those lines running through there. If I could keep a focus. There they come. Okay, I think I've about had the blow up part enough. Whoops, sorry. It took me forever to get my big dog to quit barking at that light. I have a big guard dog that watches over me. Her name is Cece. Cece, you daddy baby? You a good girl? Yep. Okay, good girl. That's my guard dog. She will eat you up. She does not play. She guards the doors when we're asleep. And the property. It's the first dog I ever had. Hey, well, it's the first dog I ever had. Dee Dee and me. Hello. I don't know if you can understand me. I hope you can. I really love the videos. Dee Dee and me. Such a wonderful little baby. Babies. I really enjoy. So special. I think the fact that you love them so much really makes it just beautiful. This morning when you was waking that baby up, that was just so sweet. Man, that was sweet. Thank you for being here, Weld. I'm sorry if I don't make a lot of appearances. I try to do the lives in the mornings when I'm having my coffee. I really do enjoy it. I'm not doing it. I know a lot of times I'll go to people's lives and then they'll come to my channel. But understand, I'm not there to pull. I am there to see, watch, listen, learn, talk. I mean, everybody that knows me knows I like to chat, so I can type. I've learned. I used to couldn't communicate well typing because I always typed at work. So you're always, direct. And so I just learned to say my things that I say, like, hello from Alabama. Everybody knows it's me because that's what I say when I come in. And then when I say it on when I watch a video and I'll start, hello from Alabama. That's just I don't know, it's something I just started to do. See, I know this looks like an ugly rock, but you have to imagine that when you cut this rock right here, you're going to go through these places here. Let me see. Focus. There we go. See, I have an AI in my camera. Focus. And it does really well. It's just sometimes it thinks it sees things that's not there. That's beautiful. And that black is crystals. Focus. That run all the way through the rock. That's not the prettiest one of the bunch, but there's a lot. This one's beautiful. I want to show you this before I get it wet. And then after. It's just all that white's going to come off. Everything that's white is just from the artesian well. This definitely lights up beautiful. And that's with the light on. Let me move. Focus. I may need to find me a light that's not as strong. Even if a rock has blue in it that's like this, when you shine that light through it, it shines yellow. You lose it. But it shows you where you got your thicker color, and it shows you the lines that are running through it. And that you can't get a focus. It just amazes me that that can glow like that. Have such a beautiful glow to it. This is more of the petrified wood, agatized petrified wood. This is really going to show somebody how beautiful a rock can be when you take all this off. Because they are absolutely beautiful. I wouldn't pick them up like this. And you look at it and you think it's just amazing the way it does, the way it plays with the eye. You'll see all this is really old cracks, and they're not cracks any longer. They're filled with a clear substance that's called chalcedony. And you can see the crystal forms. See, there's a big line going across there, and it's actually exposed itself on the top here. I appreciate everybody coming. Let's show you this first. This is an agate. It was inside of a rock. See, the gray here was an actual rock, and this grew inside of it. Well, over time, the rock washed away and left the chalcedony. It's like you can start seeing the fortification lines, different structures that it has. I want to try to set this up to get a picture. That's what I want. Focus. Okay. You wet it. Now, this will just be something that if somebody wants, they'll have this. You could polish it. You can see the formation lines in here. This camera does not like other things or two hands in the shot. I cut myself this morning, and we decided to have a storm when I started. So my dog is back I have another dog in the back, and she thinks she has to tell us when it's thundering. And I may have to go shut the door because there's people here that don't comprehend that you can shut a door and block sound. But it's okay, I've heard a lot worse. This right here will come clean. All this will come off. It makes a beautiful stone because this will shine through too with the light. Here's another one that the actual host rock has melted away. And you can see the agate on top. Now that will polish to be a beautiful piece of stone. Other hand out. Here's one of my favorite pieces that I've started finding. And I guess you can see why I like it. That is a flat surface. I can't find out what this is. Those look like just little agates. Hello, upstate New York life. Oh, great. Thank you. 39. I did not even realize that. Thank y'all so much. I'm so new, I don't know what's good or bad. I know when I go to a live and there's 200 eyes. I know that's good. I'm just enjoying myself. I don't have a goal. My goal is to be happy and be positive and meet new people. So when I come in y'all's rooms, please know that I'm legitimately there because I want to be. I would never come and say anything that I didn't mean. Like my recipes, I do need recipes. I care for my mother and I cook every day. And you know how when you cook every day, you start making the same thing over and over every day of the week. I just think that would make a beautiful screensaver. I'm not sure how close I can get to that. It looks like holes, but it is flat like glass. You cannot feel any of that. It's completely like a piece of glass. It's smooth. And I know when I polish that, it is going to be beautiful. Polished. It will make a beautiful piece for somebody. I don't make jewelry, but I would love to see these in jewelry if somebody else makes them. Here's another piece like that, but it's a different structure. Let me let it get in. The light might wash it out. I just think that's beautiful. Thank you, Upstate New York Life. I do appreciate that a lot. I'm sorry if I forget about chat. I'm not used to this. I'm used to talking and making videos with my rocks, but I'm not used to people being here. So please forgive me if I don't see you or say hello, because I do appreciate everyone. And see, this is smooth. It's smooth like glass. Completely smooth. You can't even feel them with your fingernails. And I'm going to get back into making my videos. I just had to switch because my mother is my main priority. And when I make those larger videos, which I mean 5 minutes, it takes me about 10 hours to do that. A lot of people just will type AI. And it's like, well, I'm using a blind text AI. I have to write everything you see. If it was just AI, it would be perfect. There would be no mistakes. I leave my mistakes in there intentionally where I can see myself grow over time. Mistakes are good. That's how we learn. That's how I learn. I'm going to see how this looks like that. Not as good as I thought. And you can see the light coming through right here. That's the agate inside this. This is a piece of wood. Petrified agatized wood. Yeah, we're in great shape. We eat really healthy. We just never, we pretty much stay to ourselves. We live out in the country. And she's 82 years old, but let me tell you, she is not your typical older person. I'm here. I was here with her and my father, well, my dad, and he passed away after 2 years. because we had the lockdown. We couldn't go anywhere or do anything, and I had to protect my parents. That was my main goal, was to protect my parents, because I seen what was going on in the world, and I was going to make sure that I was going to give my best shot at taking care of them, making sure they had food and water, because I can live off of the land. And the way that things were going, we didn't know what was going to happen. We never got sick, thank goodness. The only bad things that's happened to me, I've done them myself. I'm sitting there trying to figure out why that thing is so close, and it's because I have it. Not sure what that is. This I collect because I'm going to put opal on it. I'm not sure if it's a black agate or what it is, but when it is polished, it turns into a beautiful stone. Just as silky and black. And when you cut that and polish it, it's got white in it, but you can cut pieces. They've got what they're called doublets. You'll cut this real thin, and then you'll put a opal on top of it. So that runs in there. But it is just beautiful when this polishes. This polishes like glass. This one I kept because of the movement. If you watch here, I want to see this a little larger. See, I hadn't seen these either. You can see the crystals down in there. But what a lot of people look for is this structure here. But for some reason, I liked this. The way it's round. You can see the swirl in it. And I know that's beautiful, but it's like a jasp agate. To see the movement, I just really thought that was beautiful. Focus. This is another one this is flat, all this. But this goes down. It starts here and goes down into the rock. And I just know what that would look like polished. And I know that it glows. That's that piece that I was saying that went down into the rock. I believe my camera is trying to focus in on the sides instead of the rock. But that's what I like right there. You see that movement? See how that was all pieces, and then that chalcedony come in and just froze it the way it was. I think we looked at this one. Nope. Yeah, like I looked at that. Sometimes I find so many that look alike, I don't know if I looked at it or not. And of course, that one shines through. The whiter they are like that, the more clear it is. It's amazing how that can amplify that light. It's so bright, I can't hardly look at it if it's not through the camera. There it goes. Because you can see how bright this light is. It shines through my hand. See how it goes through my fingers? And you can't see the bone. I really liked this one. It's small, but I like the small ones. And I like those water lines in it. Not sure how good that's going to do because of this light. Because polished up, that's going to be amazing. There, that you can see a little better at an angle. But you can see through that like ice. It's just like a piece of ice. I think I need to get me a light that is not so bright. This just is so crystallized that it magnifies the light. Now you can see the agate running all through this. This is one of the things I became unsure about yesterday in researching my rocks. My stuff is not coming through I do a AI Google search and it does not recognize. This is a rock with some pet rocks. See the little pet rocks. This is agatized. This is all smooth. I've cut these. They are beautiful cut. Because all this is going through the rock. And then you don't realize how much wear and bang and tear it is on this rock that's been flowing for millions of years, waiting for me to come pick it up and show it on YouTube. Let's see if I can get close to that. See the crystals inside there? You can see a motion here too. This could very well be petrified wood. I'm just not sure. I believe it'd be more of a agate. That's like jasper with agate in it. Some of them I have to figure out why. Oh, I see why. Those are those beads again. I think it wants to see my thumb. See that little circle right there in the middle? Looks like a little eye. I don't want to do it. That glare pulls its focus away. Sometimes that's easier to do than others. This one is darker on the edges and really light on the inside. That's not going to work. There we go. You can start to see the structures inside of it. It's hard to see. I know I keep saying it's hard to see through the skin, but it gets very beautiful. And it is a crystal. See how it's like ice? Hey, CJ5, thank you, buddy. I really appreciate you. I know some people don't understand that, but that's okay. It's not for them to understand or me to explain. Let's get out in the world and learn. I just really enjoy these lines. And I will be taking pictures from this video. So I have to set this up to get me a good picture. Now, got it. It's a really nice size rock. You can see my skin through there. See how it turned pink? That's an idea. Okay, this is as low as it goes. Mm-hmm. Just grab it and do it. This is just another carving rock. Once I learned to carve it, you can see things in it that you don't see before you know how to carve it. When you know what it's going to do. And those beautiful lines. It's hard to see it. I've got better examples. You can see the color down inside of it here. How it's darker in that center right here. So that's going to give it something to go into when it's cut. And this comes in orange. I've shown some already that's orange like that. Now you can see the agate formed all through this. That would be here, there, definitely here. Yes. And see, this is flat. It looks like you could feel that, but you can't. It's smooth. That's the agate coming out of it right there. And then that yellow underneath is growing there. Let's see if I can see that. Do you know though, Will, Cajun Rockhound, it's not everywhere. I have stumbled onto an artesian well that's hitting an old ancient riverbed. And I'm finding this stuff. I have been to probably 20 or 30 other creeks And this is running right beside the river. Well, it's about a mile in from the river. And apparently, a long time ago, the river snaked over in that area, and this artesian well has hit a spot of it. Because if I go 1 mile one way, I run out, and 1 mile the other way, I run out. But if I stay right there in that area, I find it. When this is dry, you can actually see that it's crystal. I like that structure. You can see the crystals growing here. This cleans off real well. All this comes off. And I was even told this is wood, which when you see the grains in it, you could see how it would be replaced by quartz. Yeah, I think it. When you look up the Alabama River, it's known for its the wood and petrified wood and crystals and just different minerals. And then you're thinking about something that was buried however many years ago. I have found fossils and all kind of things in this area that I'm talking about, and it does not exist anywhere else. And the people that I have shown it to refuse to believe that I'm finding it in Alabama, because I'm not getting it anywhere else except at that creek in that one area. Now I can go past it and I'll find things, but it's just because it's been washed. I find stalactite from caves, and like this. I was told this is petrified wood. It's just been agatized, and you can see this huge structure that's grown on top of it. If I can get it to come in. See, it's wanting to focus on that mat. I'm just trying to show this top. But I'm just discovering this stuff too. Um, yeah, I was corrected last time about saying Crowley. But you know how somebody's always trying to tell you how to say something right. And you've got to find out about one thing about Cajuns and Southern people. We say it the way we say it, and the way we say it is right. And the way you say it is right. That way we can all be right. We can all be all right. It's hilarious. I do find it hilarious, though, that people around the United States are starting to say y'all. You even hear them on TV on commercials saying, hey, y'all. And I have been picked on all my life for saying that. And now all of a sudden it's fashionable. And you got people that are saying, hey, y'all. And it's like, don't you come at me with no y'all. You don't even know how to use it. Somehow that became popular. I don't know who made it popular or why. But it is just strange hearing people that have made fun of me say it. I had my chat stop working on me before. I'm not sure if that's happened now. I noticed my chat quit moving. So I'm not sure if that has happened. Give me a second here and let me pull up. This with my tablet and see where I'm at. I'm not sure what happens. Maybe after a certain time, it stops. Not sure how that works. Because before, when I was on, my chat stopped working, and I've just noticed that it's not moved. So just give me a second. I've got so much security on my stuff that I can't just do what I want to do anymore. And then you know how it is when you're trying to hurry, you make mistakes. Yeah, my chat's definitely messed up. I don't even know how to look for it. There we go. I don't even see it. Well, y'all, we're just going to have to wing it. I can't see chat. So I guess I'm still on here. It's counting down. But my chat has stopped. So I do not see chat. So I'm not going to stop. I'll just keep going. Run my mouth. This is all Chalcedony. The host is gone. That's why I like it. It shines through. If y'all can hear me, if somebody comes in and says something, let them know I can't see chat. I don't know how you can do this. It did this to me last time. It may be the length, but I've seen people be on all night long and come into chat. So I don't know how this works, and there's no way for anybody to tell me because I can't see chat. I'm going to try one more time. I got this. So that's what I'm trying to do. And I do not see anything about a live video for me. I don't even know if I can. Let me see here. Let me go back here. Go to me. View my channel. There we go. I found it. There we go. I found it. Turn the sound off. Okay, I do have chat. Yeah, that okay. I got my chat back. Well, no, it stopped exactly where. It stops exactly where I had it. It's on my phone. So, I don't know if y'all chatting or not. Don't matter. I'm moving forward. Okay, here I go. I need this time. I'm going to take it. Have me a sip of tea and continue. This is another one that's going to be beautiful when I polish it. You can see the different structures inside of it. This always helps me see through the skin to know where I'm actually chasing. Oh, chat started. Oh, so nobody was chatting. Okay, I got it. Hey, Sharon. Oh, not a lot's been happening with me. Yep, that's what I'm showing right now. Everything that I found on my last video and brought home, I'm showing. Did you get my message about I'm coming to Georgia this spring to collect amethyst? Sometimes I'll write you messages because I don't know how to contact you or anything, but I'll just write you a message on the back of a comment. Did you know your nephew, or is this you, Sharon? The other night we were on here, and your nephew come in. But he did say he was your nephew. Oh, he was real good young man. I think he said he was 10. And there's great people here in my room, in my stuff. So I watched him, but you know how it is. I told him to be careful, and he was real respectable. He said yes, sir, and stuff. Yeah, Jackson. But I just, I was worried, him out here in this world the way it is now. Well, you know what? I don't think the world changed. I think we just see more now. I think it's always been like this. Ain't no worse than it's ever been. Yeah, he was very. I was glad for that. It's like because it's rare to find a 10-year-old that has respect nowadays. This is a glower. It's a beautiful big rock. Something beautiful can be carved from this. I'm afraid I'm not the one to do it. But I can see a lot inside of this that's going to make, and it sits so well. That would be beautiful polished with a big, beautiful agate sitting on top of it. Look at this. I want to wait and wet this afterwards because I want you to see the how sparkly it is. I am not absolutely sure what in the world this is. Let me see if I can lift my camera a little bit. So low. Somehow it seems like it fell. Those are full of druzy. I mean, full of it. And I don't know. I've never seen that square like that before. Yeah, I know. It's just really dangerous. I told him to make sure you don't tell anybody where he lives. He shouldn't really tell people his name because these people can trick you in here. You got grown-ups claiming that they're kids and they're not children, and they know how to act, and they know exactly what to do to get a child to speak or talk. I'm going to try to get it where we can see down into that. I've never seen this structure before. I don't know what you would call it. I know it's got fortification lines all over it. And it's just full of those crystals. I believe this might be what they call Wetumpka wood because it definitely looks like you can see the grains running in it. And then the Wetumpka wood has those crystals. But yeah, he was a real respectable young man. I worry about kids being on here with all these grown-ups. I mean, I've had grown-ups trick me on here and do horrible things. So I just know a child is really vulnerable because I thought I could handle myself on here, and I've had somebody really do push me through the limit, and I'm not going to give it power and give it a name. I just know that I've learned a valuable lesson. And evil comes in with lots of faces. I actually got in touch with an attorney to find out if I could do anything about being harassed. but I've decided to hold back on that. What's so bad is this person knows how bad my life is, Sharon, and you know who I'm talking about. They know how hard my life is and what I'm doing here. And for them to do what they're doing to me is just unbelievable. I cannot believe that she's doing what she's doing to me. And she's following me. She's following me around. She's saying horrible things. You know, she got $200 from me. Did you know that? And then she started saying that I wanted to marry her, that I proposed to her. And that's insane. I've never even seen this person. Never seen her. So now I'm just paranoid. And all my friends, you know, it was a group of people that I had already pulled away from. Because when I started getting subscribers, they didn't like me anymore. I don't know why. Because they could have joined me. We could have had a great time together. But instead, they decided to push me out. But she talked to me for about 2 weeks on the phone, and she must have been taking notes. Because every single person I cared about, every single one that she did not like, she has went to now, and she is friends with them. And she's embedded into their channel. So, you know what? They can believe the lies. No, I did the 200. I did it. I fell for it. It's a con. I fell for it. That's my fault. It takes two. But we would talk on the phone for hours, just hours. So she knows what's going on here. She knows how hard my life is and that I'm taking care of my mother and that I'm a good guy. I don't mean anybody any harm. And for some reason, when I rejected her, when she started saying that I proposed to her and that I was her boyfriend, I just did not speak. I never said anything mean or rude to her. Nothing. She attacked me. She comes on my channel now. She's probably listening to me now. She's that evil. When I used to speak to her, she would be in live videos just watching. She would not speak. She wouldn't do anything, but she would be there watching people. The people that she's hanging out with now, and you know, Sharon, I was the same way. That's why my trust level I trusted. And I just couldn't imagine somebody that could be so evil and to know what a good person I am. I mean, what person gives you $200 that you're not going to pay back and then start spreading these vicious lies? And the people that she's talking to, I wouldn't have anything to do with these people anyway. And then I started seeing videos and stuff made about somebody talking about somebody like teenagers. And it's her. She's manipulating these people. That's what I told one guy. He started coming at me and cussing me and everything. And I was like, you're being manipulated. That's all I can tell you. You are being manipulated. I trusted her. That's why I told her about you, Sharon. That's why I invited you in. I trusted her. Now I know why she has such a hard time with those people in her. They come into her place for revenge. See, I don't want revenge. I don't want anything paid back. I will never speak its name again. It's evil. I wasn't even going to say anything about it today till I seen you, because I was scared for a while that she had done got to you too. And what she does is anybody that I go to or that I talk to on my comments, if I talk to you on my comments, she goes to your channel and makes friends with you. But trust me, if you don't have anything she wants, she will not last for long. I've never met such evil in my life, and I have met some evil people. She knows what my life is like and just intends to try to destroy me. But you know what? She's not, because the people that she's dealing with I wasn't having anything to do with anyway. I'd moved on. I was still supporting, but that had to stop. I can't even go no more. I had to completely change gears and leave it alone. And I could sit here and tell who it is, what it did, what it said. I could do the same thing. I'm not doing that. I'm a grown man. She's a hustler. She hustles people. She plays poor mouth and she hustles people out of money. And then she plays a game with them and gets them out of her life before she has to pay the money back. All that poor mouthing. Look at that, how beautiful that is. Well, that's enough said wasted on that mess. I've just got to move on. I think what hurts me the most is when I go somewhere that I truly respect the people, and there it is. It's in the room. And it's not going to have power over me any longer. I guess that's why I'm saying something about it. None of these people are. I didn't like who they were anyway. I'd made some mistakes. I thought they were smarter than they were. And that's the mistakes that I made. I overestimated them. She has got me so bad to where I don't trust anybody anymore. And I hate that she gets to hear that because I know how sneaky and what a demon that she is. And I see there's 20 people watching, and I guarantee you she's one of them because for some reason she thrives off of that. And the whole time I was speaking to her, I was steadily saying there is something up with this woman. There's something going on here. I can't put my finger on it, but there's something going on here. And when she comes in and makes those comments, she ain't watched your video. I know a lot of us do that. We'll come in, we'll watch a little bit because we're trying to hit as many as we can, and we go in and just like it and do that stuff. But it's just, I have never been attacked for no reason, and I've never not attacked back. Usually I attack back, but I've been trying to live a positive life and be a good person. Yeah, see, that's one of the things that they got all mad at me because if I wanted my name on YouTube, my name would be it wouldn't be Alabama USA. And the group that I was in, for some reason, they think they have to spit out each other's names for whatever reason. I mean, why have another name if you're going to come on YouTube and spit your name out to everybody? And then they don't have enough respect to even when you ask, please don't use my name. Alabama is who I am on YouTube. They won't do it. So I'd cut it off way before she started her mess. That's what they don't understand. She's not there with them trying to do something to me because I was already gone. She's there with them doing something to them. They don't understand that she's in there taking their subscribers and that she will do the exact same thing she's done to me because I'm an innocent man. All I do is sit here all day long and take care of my mother. I do it all. I cook, I clean, I shop, I do everything. I go to church. I believe in God. I pray. I've actually prayed for her. And somehow she keeps getting at me. I think what it is when I go somewhere. Oh no, I would never give her the power. For me to even speak about it is something I said that I wasn't going to do. It's just now I'm starting to see her in other places. But she's just going to have to be there, and she's going to have to know. And she already knows. She's listening now. I know her. She's too insecure not to listen. A horrible, horrible person. God, she's horrible. Why anybody would want to intentionally hurt me, that just really takes some kind of monster, especially what I done for her. That she got paid $200 to turn on me and do what she's done to me. And you don't think she'll do it to you? Oh, I blocked her, but she's got a whole bunch of accounts. Trust me, that woman's been on here a long time. She's got a nice YouTube channel, and she does what she does. I actually enjoyed it. It wasn't her channel, it was her. She started saying that I proposed to her, Sharon. She was telling people that I proposed to her twice. Like I wanted to get married to somebody I have never even seen. You know, we've never seen her. And you should hear her on the phone. She is not the person that you hear. Hey, plants, good to see you. I'm sitting here talking about that horrible person that's following me around, causing me so many problems. And it's personal. I guess me talking about it's going to help me. See that crystal in there? Because I'm not showing my rocks the way I want to. Yeah, I guess I'm learning a lesson. You know, I'm new. I just always think people are good. And to have somebody that evil come after me after I did a wonderful thing for her more than once. And for her to come after me like she has, it just completely shocks me. I'm not used to such evil. I mean, I know there's evil in the world and there's a lot worse than all of what I'm talking about. This is petrified wood. You can see by the way it runs. But I guess me talking about it's going to help me. I mean, she had people doing shows about me. And they didn't say my name. But what was so bad, it was all lies. It's people that she hates. I mean, she literally told me she does not like those people because I was supporting them. And she just literally said I would never just sit and tell a lie, which, I mean, she does. But I think sometimes people just need an excuse because one of the people was just being rude and nasty all the time. And then he got on YouTube. I ain't never done nothing to nobody. This don't mean nothing to me. I don't want this. And it's like, whatever, dude. You contradicted yourself when you just sit there. All I want's 1,000. It's like, well, you just said it, buddy. You just said it. And you'll do anything for that 1,000. Good luck to you. Peace out, brother. Because you're the one that dumped it, not me. And when I pointed out, he wanted to know why. And I found one. I was like, this is why, right here. You talking to me like this on my channel? That's why. I don't understand these people on YouTube that think they're the YouTube police. It's like, you don't tell somebody else what they can do and what they can't do on YouTube. If I want to make a rock glow and move around crazy, I can do it. And I will do it. That's why I'm here, because somebody said I couldn't do it. And I did it. I'll do what I want to do. I told her that I would pass her in subs. You watch me. She's horrible. Evil does not make it. I almost quit YouTube over it. And I decided, no, I'm staying to spite it. I'm not going to let that person take control over me. And I really lost some people that I cared about. And what they don't realize is they're in the same thing. She is taking advantage of people like that, the free stuff that she gets from her subscribers. Oh, I know. Trust me, Sharon. I do too. They got their rules. If you've noticed, they got a certain set of people in there, a certain class of people in there. And if you spend money, ooh, you really are somebody then. They'll be all over you. But you know what? That's their business. It's not for me to discuss who they are, what they do. I would never go on their channel and say, you know what, dude, you need to switch it up. You need to play your music through the whole video, not the first 10 seconds. I mean, it's not my place to sit there and tell them how to run their channel and what to do on their channel. Just like it's not their place to tell me how to run mine or what I should do or the people that I should have. I enjoy the people that are on my YouTube a lot. They're not telling me how to run it. This is a really nice one. I'm going to quit that. No more power to the evil. Evil gets evil. And it gets me upset. And I don't like that. I have got to talk myself through this, get through it, and let that go. I learned a valuable lesson. Valuable. I just cannot comprehend how I didn't do anything and she attacked. Now I understand why she has problems. Look at that square. But I've got receipts too. I almost posted my receipts. That hustle. And she tells everybody secrets too. So let you know that, she tells when all the people that she's friends with, she knows your business and she tells it. She talks about it. So know that what she's doing to me, if she hadn't got you yet, she's in the process of it. She can't help herself. How else could you explain hurting a totally innocent person that is actually giving you money that you're never going to pay back? I don't trust anybody anymore. I used to trust everybody. She took my innocence. But you know what? And she knew it before she did it. This kind of stuff makes me work harder. It makes me stronger. You think I was doing it before? You wait. Because she can cook that mess she calls food for the rest of her life. It's not going to make her a better person. I have prayed about it. I asked God to forgive her, to forgive me for the thoughts that I had. And I wasn't going to say anything. She really got me yesterday. Really got me. And I know you love hearing that. But it's about done. It ain't like her, Sharon. It's anyone. Because there was no way to see it. And that we were actually, I'm guilty because I was using her too. I'm so lonely here sitting in this house by myself taking care of an 82-year-old, and I don't have anybody to talk to. When you take care of elderly people, people stop communicating with you because their life is moving forward and you're doing your job and doing what you do. Oh, how's your sister doing? Thank you, gaming. I'm having a little rant about that lady. Gaming, she's following me around. She's in the places I go now. I see her. And it's some good people that I know, and they have no idea what that is in their room. And I don't know how to tell them. I do not know what to tell them because they've got evil in their room. And it's just a horrible monster. It's like when you care for somebody, you want them to know. It's like, that's a monster right there. It'd be like if you seen a snake and you didn't tell. It's like, why didn't you tell me that snake was there? It's like, well, you couldn't see it if I told you. Because it don't look like a snake. It looks like a regular old lady. And she's trying. What's so bad is she's got a 16-year-old sitting there working with her, and she don't even realize she has let that 16-year-old drink liquor on chat before. So there's proof of her giving liquor to a minor. But that's none of my business. See, I'm getting too deep into it now. I'm going to stop talking about it, and hopefully I'll never mention her name again. This is a nice rock here. I really like this one. I don't know how to. Hopefully that. Yeah. Okay. Good. That is full of agate. You can see it running all through here. I think this would be called a jasp agate. That is going to be beautiful when I cut it. Yeah, upstate New York, I've got regular ones. This person just, for no reason, and she's bigger than me. She's a bigger channel, and once she realized that I wasn't gonna promote her, and then she started saying that I wanted to marry her and that she was my girlfriend. I'm like, well, no, I wouldn't never marry somebody I've never seen before. Well, I'm glad somebody else can see what she's doing because I didn't know if everybody else was just like in line with it, or it's like I had to get to a place where I didn't care. See that agate line running through this? And this is common in my creek. I find it all the time. And it's really some beautiful stuff. And I know it's going to shine up really well when I start polishing it. That's the main thing there. You can actually see color in it. It'll flash. I don't know if I'll be able to pick it up on here. Now you can see the movement in that. The agate line, the fortification lines. See how that rises above the surface? Don't make it all the way through. But that will polish up really beautiful and make a beautiful piece. I'm just going to show them. That's all I can do. I'm not going to call people names. I'm not going to call them out. which I just don't know how that works on YouTube. But I looked into harassment and just the lies and the stuff, and it's just you know what? It's too much effort. I'm not giving it any effort anymore. I swore I wasn't going to say a word about it on here, but see, that's why I was telling you about Georgia, Sharon, because I know you love to look for rocks. And Georgia is a wonderful state. You know, I found all that lace agate right there in Georgia. And I was like, man, I wished I could meet up with, because see, I have a rock club too. And once you find something like that, and see, I looked where you lived when you told us that one time. So I looked that up. I'm trying to set this where I can get a picture. There we go. This is another piece of that fossil. Any idea what that looks like? Blown up. But yeah, that'll be this spring, so we've got time. And see, I have to do day trips because I can prepare a meal and fix up something for my mother to get up and eat, you know, and have a day. But I have to be back by night to just make sure everything's okay here. I watch over I guess I'm a little too much, but I just rather not make a mistake and have regrets. Now this is the one I found in the video that I said looked like a piece of ice, because it's white on the edge, on the ends, and then it turns clear. But yeah, I'd love to come over there to Georgia and meet y'all, and all of us go rock hounding and find some stuff. But I can study the area and find out, because you know the creeks and things are all public. If you can access from the road, then you can walk through a creek all the way to the flood line. I love that piece right there. That is going to be beautiful when it's polished, because you can see through it. It's like glass. You can see the lines. Not sure if you can see them or not. This focus has just got me to where I feel like I'm about to lose it sometimes. Like, come on, man. And then I started studying last night and realizing the difference between different colors of amethyst, quartz. I mean, the more you read, the more confused you get. There's just so much. And you can go from one place to another and they'll rename it. Hey, brother. Do you know that I did not even know that until you just said it? Because I hadn't had a weekend in years. I've actually been on the job. I have not had a day off in 6 years. I have been here 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Well, I got to go to Somerville, Georgia, but that was a 7 hour drive there and back. And then I had to get home, and it just never stops. Never. And I'm not complaining. I'm so glad to be able to do what I'm doing for my mother, because I know what kind of care you get when you go into a facility, and I'm not going to let that happen. I actually took care of my great grandmother. I took care of my grandmother. I took care of my real father. I took care of my stepfather. And now I'm doing it with my mother. So I'm not new at it. Yeah, and when Monday is the same as Friday, then you quit. It's not no longer, yeah, it's the weekend. Let's go out. Let's do something. It's just like, it's just another day for me. Another day I got to cook, clean, serve. And it's kind of like you start getting treated like you work here. And I don't mind. I guess I'm complaining. Just talking about that bad person I've got harassing me. I want it to stop. Because, I mean, if somebody can come in and tell you some bad stuff and that's enough, that's all you need. All you needed was an excuse. It's, I don't mind it. It's like I said, I help my family members. And I hate to say it, but I help them die. I help them die to where they're not in a nursing home. I keep my promises. Like my stepfather, my real father was a heroin addict, and he died in my arms in my home. But I was taking care of him. Right, you're absolutely right. It can be very difficult, but I think it would be. I don't understand how it would be harder for me to live the rest of my life afterwards, knowing that I didn't do anything. Because it's strange when you're doing it, the people stop showing, the people stop calling, and not my people, the quote loved ones. I know they have lives, and their life keeps going. Is that pretty? But I guess I'm just too sentimental. I don't think there's a such thing as too sentimental. I'm just if I love somebody, I love them. I can't stop. But I just can't believe that somebody that knows the facts about my life would actually spend and waste the time, because she can't gain anything from me. There's nothing to get. Nothing. So what she's doing is she's using me to make somebody look the other way while she's taking advantage of them. See that little agate? If I could get it to focus. You still there, Tyler? I was told that this red here. Okay. I was watching a show about chert and the big garnets, and how other precious minerals form in that kind of environment. And it's in the middle of that crater where that meteor hit when there was a shallow sea here. And I told you something before where I wanted to send you something to let you look at these stones that I have. And after watching that show, I realized I do have something. But yeah, it's so hard to write an email. I get carried away and start rambling, and it's like a book because it's hard to ramble when you're typing, but I can manage it. I just like little stuff like this. And when you see this polished, you'll know why. Because that's going to come through red right here. It's got a lot of iron in this area where they form. Oh, no, that's fine. Buddy, I'm not talking about that at all. Not at all. My weeks run by so quick. Don't you dare stress yourself over that. That has nothing to do with it. Not at all. I mean, you're like, do you know what that is, Tyler? Have you ever seen that? Yeah, that's what I was telling you about in that email, dude. I know what your suffering feels like. I know we got different reasons, but trust me, it just sometimes YouTube is kind of like an illusion. And you know that better than me. You've been here. See, I've only been here 5 months. This is even the rocks are new to me. I mean, of course, I've seen rocks all my life, but all this is new. And these people will knock you down, buddy, and stomp on you. And if you don't do what they say, they really get upset because you know the group we're around. And it's just that just happened to be so. If it all went to pot, I would be sitting here doing this. I'm enjoying it. Just being attacked for no reason. And I was always the type that would attack back. And that I decided that I'm not giving anything. I am not giving my time to it. I'm enjoying myself. I didn't even know how big you were, Tyler. That was so weird because I'm new to YouTube. I did not know that you could go and look and see how many people were there. And you're the only one that I have met that you act completely normal. It's like most of the time, within a few seconds, you can figure out if somebody's got a bunch of subscribers or not. You know what I mean? Compared to the people that I was calling big, you are big. I know what you mean because I'm not stupid. I know I sound like a country hick, but I do see. But you know what I mean when you can get somebody with 4,000, 5,000 people and all of a sudden. But you know what? I started thinking maybe I misjudged. Maybe it's them being cautious because I am just paranoid of everybody now after being attacked the way I have been attacked, and it just keeps coming. Focus there. You know, I just I think there's something there though. I mean, that's what I like about you. And for some reason I don't understand what's going on because it thrills me to watch you create. It's just and I mean I've sit and watched 100 people just look at somebody cut rocks. And to sit there and watch you create. I mean, dude, you melt the metal. Then you turn the metal into a chunk. I don't know the terminology. Then you turn it into something else. Then you turn it into a ring. Then you sit there and carve it and work on it and set those beautiful stones. And that's not even getting into your wraps. My goodness, what a different level you're on in that. You can see that's an agate with that white in it. If this camera would focus. Focus. It's just that stone has way too much weight to be that little. But yeah, I found some beautiful stuff in that schist with the garnets. I've got some stones that I'm gonna send you to look at. And I don't know, did you see that old jewelry I found at my creek? I've got a really old, and it's gold. I've had it tested. I got a really old gold ring with a heart, a stone, and I'm not sure what that stone is. And then I found a necklace that's real old. I don't know if I can reach it or not. I found a musket ball. So I know it's old. That's an old musket ball. It's metal. But the stone in the necklace is silver, and it's like a box. Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you and just let you check it out. Because I mean, why not? Because the chain is just really different. You can tell by the difference in how they used to make stuff. Now they can make things that look big and heavy, but when you touch it, it's light like a feather. I mean, a gold chain is not a gold chain. Well, I guess it is a gold chain, but just things really have changed. Because I've got some old jewelry that you just would not believe. I've got a tennis bracelet with 42 quarter carat diamonds in it. And the gold is so heavy. That's the amazing part, is how heavy the gold is. And then I've had it since 98. And it was old. When I found it, it was black, full of dirt and crud. I don't know what, I always find sparkly things. If it's got a sparkle to it, I'm going to see it. I pick up a lot of old jewelry and stuff like that. But nowadays, as high as metal is, that is just so pretty right there to me. Baby, that's what we're looking at. That's crystallized rock right there. All that stuff I shine that light on and it pops like that, that's crystals. Are you talking about like an amethyst crystal? All the rocks you see me when I make these videos, all of them are mine. Most of them I have hunted and found myself. Like I have that, like Tyler there, those big chunks of amethyst that I got, those all came from him. Let me wet this. I've got like 4 big pieces of amethyst, and I've got a pink piece, and they all came from him. And I've looked up where to buy them, and if you want to buy some amethyst, that's where you need to go because he's got him a good source. And but amethyst is right there. Amethyst is not always just purple. Amethyst comes in a lot of colors. Yeah, but Tyler, I really appreciate those because people just don't. I mean, if you go look it up, how much that would cost to replace it, it'd be a lot more than what I paid you for it. Well, when you restock, give me a shot. Well, you know what? I'm going to go. Maybe I'll restock you because this lady you're seeing in here named Sharon, she lives in Georgia. And they had that amethyst mine there in Georgia and they closed it down. You can't go in there anymore. But anybody knows if you got a mine somewhere, all you got to do is get in a creek near it and you're going to find it. One good creek and you own it. All of this came out of my one little creek. And this is about the 100th bucket of it I've gotten. Yeah, she's right there on it, and she just or that. Well, you'll see when I start to polishing. I'm real good at it. I mean, I'm not even trying to ring my own bell. I didn't realize how good I was at it until I seen other people making cabochons, and I was like, well, you know what? I think I'm pretty good at that. You can see the color in this piece here. A lot of this I've explained. It's covered in a white. It could be lime. I thought last night I had an idea. It's like, get me some of that lime away and see if that would come off of here. And I need to get me a better spotlight. It's not going to drown out everything. But that makes a good picture. I cooked all day yesterday. See, there's something in here. I can see it in there. And you can see in there. But I can see it just when I'm looking at it without the light. You know how that light had drowned out any kind of color. But it helps me see. Especially when I'm going to put it on that wheel. Yeah, see right there where I was pointing. That dark. And I've already taken this and put it on a wheel, not this one, but one swipe on that wheel and that's clear. And then when you got color like that inside of it, that's going to be purple on the red or a blue. And every single person I've showed it to tells me I did not find it where I say I'm finding it. This is wood. You can see the grain in it right there. It's just very old. And that artesian well has just really changed it. See, Tyler, that's actually what was going on with me. I couldn't do it. And then I got into this. It wasn't getting into the YouTube. It was actually watching YouTube. And all of a sudden, I wanted to go look for rocks. And I couldn't. I had to stay right there. I could not walk off. Because I was like, oh, man, you can walk off and you're not going to get back. Or I just, and Since last October, I've lost 90 pounds. I'm in really good shape. I feel really good, but I have got to remember who I am, where I am, and what I am. Because when you feel good like this, you'll get out there and you do things that young people do. And that is not wise. I'm not old, but I'm definitely not young. But it took me 5 months of steadily going, because I was rock hounding way before I started doing this. Just looking for rocks and getting too many of them and all that good stuff. You see where that was a piece of wood or sedimentary rock. I just don't know. It's all good because it looks like a jasper. And when you polish this, it's beautiful. Now, I think you'll find more. You don't need help finding rocks where I go. You can just bend over and pick something up. You could just throw another rock and it's going to hit something nice. It's all nice. It's like Somerville. Sharon, now that's a place that y'all would love to go. And you could take jacks because it's free. Yeah, they are. And because the reason I know they're difficult to identify, because I've had some old rock hounders look at it and tell me one thing and then another will tell you another. So you know how it is. You have respect for people. Have you ever seen that before, Tyler? I've got several good pieces of this. And it's just completely made up of little orbs. Some of them are white, some of them are gray and black. You know, I looked that up and I seen it's called Oolite, Oohite, Oolite granite. Said that those little round things were particles of different sorts of things that would develop on a shoreline and then pack. I just like it. It's going to make some pretty stuff when it's polished. This is my nope. Here's another little agate. I used to be on top. Good morning, Minnie. Glad you're here. I appreciate it. I'm trying to do a live. Everybody that's trying to help me keeps telling me I need to go live and do live as long as I can. I'm not sure, Sharon, because I did look up flint, and that wouldn't be something. I look for colors and lines and different structures like this. I don't think Flint would be something like they made arrowheads and stuff like that out of, right? And I know they use quartz. And there's plenty of that here. I'm surprised I don't find more. And I know where to go to find that now. That's going to be one of my next adventures, is going back to that place where the wild hogs spooked me. I'm just going to take my gun. There's a lot of people that I really have known since I've been here that have stopped talking to me. And I know why. And I can't do anything about it. I'm just going to have to wait and let them figure out that they're playing with the devil. But you know what? Sometimes I think all you need is a good excuse. Because, because I was having problems with certain people, and then they would turn around and copy exactly what I do. So it's like, okay, you had a problem with me doing it, and now you're doing it. So it's okay now. See that eye in there? So I just quit worrying about it. I do what I want to do. You know how easy it is to turn this joker off? It's a lot more easier to turn it off than to sit there and be rude. I could never understand how somebody can sit and make a rude comment on somebody else's video. That is just, the audacity. Who do you think you are telling somebody else what to do on their video without being asked? That'd be different if you ask. But they've really got some people in here that have just got some kind of complex. Like a god, like a YouTube police god complex. And it's like, you know what? I already worship a god. I don't need another one. Oh, I know about the wild hogs. Trust me. I know. And I'm not going to be going up no tree. And what's so bad about a wild hog is if you shoot it, it's going to run straight at you. They do not run away, just like electric fence. If a wild hog or a regular hog touches electric fence, they don't back off. They go straight through it. They charge. So if you're going to shoot a hog, it's best to shoot them from the side. And I believe just the noise of the gun would be enough to scare them out. But I know the coyotes are down in there too. They're in my creek because I don't see turkey. I see some possum and some raccoon prints, but I don't see. Yeah, I know. That's what is gonna be the point on these is when I start, because I've bought the cab machine and I've just got to set it up and start working it, because I can make. So that's what I used on the front of this live is one of the cabs I made from one of these stones that I got out of my creek, which I made quite a few of them. I made some beautiful stuff for my mother. Just when I was learning, I went through a 6-month course, and it was all to learn how to do opal. And see those water lines? Okay. Thinking maybe if I get everything else out of it, it might be able to focus. But it's not working. So let me go back in. I've got to get me a new rig. I've got to get further away. It gives you a better appreciation for what you do, Tyler. Because I'm like, man, he's good. I know you've been at it for a while. Look how that joker lights up. It really, you don't even have to be on the light. You can just shine the light from a distance and it lights up. It just lights up better than any other rocks. And those water lines are just beautiful inside of that. And when you take that skin off, you can even see red, blue, like an opal. It flashes just like opal. And I had an older fella tell me that it was opalized. And I only heard that first word, opal. So I don't know if opalized means opal. But I've got some orange pieces just like this, just like it, except it's orange. And I polished it. And it has the opal flashing color. And I've had people try to tell me it was fractures, and I've seen that before, where it'll fracture like glass and go down in it and then have colors. But I chased the color with that. I got it on some of my stuff where I chased that color and it was down in the stone. And then once people write something like that, they don't want to talk about it. They're just like trying to tell you what you have, which I appreciate. I asked for it. Like, if you know anything about this, let me know. But when this stuff takes such a shine, and you know how just polishing something makes it look pretty anyway, and you can just see down in it, there's all kind of goodies going on inside of there. And see, that's what he said. He said that it was petrified, fossilized, opalized wood. So I was like, wow, that's a bunch of words for me. But then they got real excited about it. And then when I cut some of it, and it turned out it was beautiful. See, I like stuff like that. It looks like it has texture, but it doesn't. It's smooth like glass. This camera's got a mind of its own. Literally. Focus. And see, that AI hears me. I have never had a phone run like this does when I connected, because I bought a brand new tablet. And when I opened it, it started talking to me. And I mean, to tell you, we had a conversation. It cannot come out of my phone. It does not come through Wi-Fi. But I talked it into coming into my phone. And now I have the best phone I've ever had in my life, where I can tell it to focus. I could say, focus on the rock. That's where a lot of that weird stuff from my videos comes from. That's not me. Because it's not like I'm doing, because what a lot of people put on there, like AI, yeah, AI. And it's like, dude, if I pressed a button and let AI make it, it would be flawless. There would be no mistakes. None. That my stuff is full of mistakes. It shows that I'm learning and I'm working. I have to write that stuff, because I am dealing with a blind artificial intelligence, text artificial intelligence. You write, it creates. It does not know what it's creating. It cannot see. And it says it can't do what I'm telling it to do. It took me 2 months to get a finger to move. And now I got water down, man. I can make water look real. It starts out looking like a cartoon, but after I work with it, but it takes me about 10 hours to make 5 minutes of video. And that's constant work. And it's satisfying to me. That was my major in college, was computer technology. And I was studying organic technology. They were going to start teaching computers how to build their own storage cells. And they went into the crystals. Okay, y'all. I'm about to get off of here. I think 3 hours is long enough. Yeah, it's not even the judgmental part. It's like the dude that was sitting there driving his buggy saying, all them cars ain't going to go nowhere. I'm keeping my buggy and my horse, they'll die out. It's like, no, man, it's reality. It's not going to die out. People don't comprehend that what we're on right now is being managed by AI, that Google is completely AI now. There is no such thing as an algorithm anymore. An algorithm is a program. AI is an artificial intelligence. It can learn and adapt. That's why at first, when they first integrated it into what we're doing now, it was making a lot of mistakes, and we were having a lot of that crazy mess going on in here that we couldn't understand or comprehend. But it's not a if, especially now our new president is assigning all kind of different people to bring us up. Because if we don't do it, the rest of the world will, and we'll be behind. And we've got to keep up. Correct. And that's what the group of people that I was with, they got a set of rules. And then if you don't go by them, they put you in your place. And I didn't fit in my place. But I had to move on. But now I'm in a place to where even that I've moved on, I'm being harassed. And what's going to happen, though, is no more bad's going to happen to me. I'm my worst enemy. I mean, it's me that's doing this to myself. I could completely. Here's a piece of that I was telling you that was like that white, but it's orange. You can't hardly see it now, but that's it. And when you polish this will have that flash in it. I guess it's coming from those, I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know enough about it to even speculate. But that joker is just something else when you start looking into it. And when you shine it, I guess I should keep that rock, the ones that I've got by me, if I'm going to show this kind of stuff where I can show people exactly what I'm talking about, how you can, that color a spark inside of that. It'll be like this, and then when you turn it in, that color will be laying on top of the line. Correct, because every time the technology that we have never stays the same. I mean, we couldn't even have a calculator in school. Now they've got to have one. I mean, thank goodness our educational system's fixing to get a rehaul, and each state will be able to do what they want to do. All right, man, I sure appreciate your time. I'm about to close out here too. I just really enjoy running my mouth. that I don't get to very much. It's all typing. Yeah, sure, definitely. Definitely. Me too, Sharon. I pray a lot. And I'd said I'd forgive and I wasn't going to say any more about it. And I gave into it. So I guess I got to do a little more of that praying. But yeah, if I give it power, it has power. If I take the power away, then I took the power away. But definitely on the camera part, Tyler. Ain't that beautiful the way that cracked and then healed? I just really, really, really like that. Tip me for the camera. Well, you know what? I would never even say that. I think every person is special. I think every person has a gift. But when one of your gifts is hurting other people, that's a horrible thing. And see, the reason I'm doing like this is because I had somebody tell me to keep it up here because I'm doing this long form. And if I have it down here, because usually I was here, and they said I had it too low, that I needed to move it up. And I know I watched Theo. I watched him. He had that blur. But as long as you're still, even if it's blurry at first, it'll focus in. And see, I have a problem moving slow. Yeah. But see, I like this long form because it's open to the world. It's not just your subscribers or somebody that might pop in and stuff like that. And I know a lot of people just hate it, but this is where it's going. And then you get so much credit for doing it. So that shows you right there, YouTube wants you to use this platform because this is where it's going. On the other platform, you see about that much chat. I mean, that much picture, and all of this is chat. The whole thing is chat. But on this, you got every single bit of it is content. And that's what it's about is the content. Not about saying, hey, Michael, hey, Sharon, hey, this, hey, 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 hey. All them people typing each other's names. I mean, they know who they are. And I know it's a sign of respect of some kind, but yeah, and I understand that. I just I like the fact that somebody in the Philippines can just be running through their chat because people run through it with their finger. I do it every morning drinking coffee. I'll run through. Each time they pass you, that counts as a view. Just a pass, just whoop and go right by. That counted as a view. So as long as you're in there and people are flipping by, then you're going to get them. And it's all about the numbers that I didn't even know about. I'm almost monetized. Not that that means anything to me. It was a contest. Somebody told me I couldn't do it. So you know how the rebels are. You tell us we can't do something. It's like somebody told me to stay in my lane. Like all I'm supposed to do is rocks. I can't do anything else. You know, because I started doing bridges and stuff and going down the river. It's like, no, dude, I can do whatever I want to do. That's just a fact. Unless I sign a contract saying, hey, I'm just going to play with rocks, then you're going to see all kind of stuff out of me. I got underwater equipment and everything I've done got. And this spring, when you see what underneath the waterfall here looks like, you are going to be amazed. I have been trying to show people since I was a kid, and everybody's too scared to get out there. But I got a cliff that I hang on to underwater. And when you look around the edge and you see that fish big as your leg chasing shad minnow up that waterfall, and it's got this grass that's red and green and yellow, and it's natural color, and it's some kind of water grass, and it's flowing like hair, and it's probably a foot, 2 feet long sometimes. And man, it is just beautiful. I've even got these huge holes that have been dug out from the waterfalls that I'll dive down in. And I mean, they're not even 4 feet wide. And I'll go down in them. But it was before I started rock hounding. So now I want to go down in the bottom of them and fill me a bag full of that rock that's down in there and bring it up. And see, people say that too. It don't matter how you did it. Like I had a special sauce. What I did is the person that's been harassing me told me to delete a video, that it was overdone, done too much. And I almost deleted it. I had my finger on the button. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let that run. I'm not going to delete anything. I'm just, if they don't like it, then they won't see it. And anyway, I went to bed. I had 190 when I went to bed. And when I woke up, I had over 900. Can you see how that's green? Like a jade. You wouldn't believe how green it is here. Well, I know you would, Tyler, because I couldn't imagine trying to show stones like you do. Because it's like what you see with your eye has got nothing to do with this camera puts out there. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, she told me, oh, yeah, delete that. You've overdone it. You did too much. And when I look back at my old stuff, it's like, oh, yeah, that's pretty wild. But it's where I was learning. I'm teaching myself. I don't have anybody to teach me. Yeah, there's gold there. I know there's gold there. But I don't like to say it because I don't want them to destroy it. Because I know if they found out about it, I've known about gold since I was a kid. I've got some nuggets bigger than my thumbnail, like this, with quartz running in it. But I'm just, I don't have the patience to sit there and play with dirt all day and get a few of those little flakes. I mean, I know it's there. I just don't have it in me. Now, if my little nephew or something wanted to do something like that, I'd get down there with him and show him where to dig. Because you can look in the side of those cliffs and see that old riverbed, and you can see that clay level where it would have settled right there on top of that clay level. And if you look at the old timers maps of Alabama, I am right in the end of that gold that's coming out of Georgia. And then you think about millions of years of it rushing through there. And I'm sitting there looking at a cliff face with an old riverbed with a clay bottom, and it's all about 4 feet up. So you could just dig straight in on top of that clay bottom and pull out all that gold. I just don't have it in me. But yeah, I'm fixing to get off of here. I appreciate everybody. If you've made it this far, I truly appreciate you. See, there's like 3 folks left. I've enjoyed it. got my time in. I'm actually going to buy me a Wi-Fi device where I can go down to the creek, plug it in, and do lives from there. Like sit and chat and just look out over the woods. But I appreciate everybody. I'm going to sign out. Y'all have a good day and be blessed. Love one another. Don't treat people cruel. There's no reason to treat anybody cruel. If somebody's bad to you, I have to learn. You got to move on. Be blessed.